Let's begin now. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, and his running mate, Ifeanyi Okowa, on Monday led a protest to the national headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec in Abuja. The chairman of the party, Senator Ifeanyi, and other leaders and supporters of the party gathered at the Legacy House, Maitama, where they mobilized their protest march to Inec national headquarters. The PDP protest is tagged Black Uniform Protest March, according to a statement by one of the party chieftains, Ibrahim Bashir, of the Director General of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council. Other PDP leaders invited to the protest march include the chairman of the Presidential Campaign Council and Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Udom Emmanuel, the Director General of the Presidential Campaign Council and Sokoto State Governor Mino Tambuwal. Also invited were governors of Bayelsa, Edo, Adamawa, Bauchi, Taraba, and Osun State, former Senate President Senator David Mark and Senator Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, and member Board of Trustee members, NEC members, PDP senators and House of Representatives members, National Working Committee members of the party, Deputy Director Generals, Directors, Deputies, and others. In the meantime, the President-elect Bola Tinubu was on Sunday in Lagos, where he was received by a mammoth crowd of supporters and party members at the presidential wing of the Murtala Mohammed Airport in Ikeja. The development is coming 5 days after the former Lagos State Governor was announced as winner of the contentious presidential poll held on February 25. Tinubu was received at the airport by the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Chief of Staff Tayo Ayinde, former Lagos Deputy Governor Femi Pedro, Senator Musiliu Obanikoro, former Commissioner of Environment in Lagos Muiz Banire, and woman leader in the state Jumoke Okoya Thomas. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Sunday by the media advisor of the President-elect Tunde Rahman. Rahman stated that shortly after his arrival, the delegation proceeded to the Iga Idugano Palace of the Oba of Lagos, Ruwan Akiolu, where the monarch and traditional white-cap chiefs were waiting. In his address, Tinubu reassured Nigerians that he would not disappoint them. According to him, he will work assiduously for Nigeria from the get-go and will not disappoint the people. Reacting to his homecoming, Akiolu described the president-elect as a special breed who is destined for leadership at the very top. At the gathering were also the monarch of Ikati Elegoshi Kingdom, Oba Said Elegoshi, and Enuri of Iruland, Oba Omo Gbolahan Lawal. And away from there now, the Southeast Network for Democracy and Accountability has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to cancel and reschedule the just concluded presidential and National Assembly election. The group, in a statement Sunday, stated that its position was based on alleged irregularities reported by its members who monitored the election, saying many Nigerians were disappointed in the polls. In the statement signed by the convener of Senda Acha Emmanuel and the secretary Pastor Nwokocha Innocent, the group lamented that the outcome of the election did not meet the required standard of what could be accepted as a credible election anywhere in the world. The group insisted that the result announced by INEC has left many with questions begging for answers. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, was declared the winner of the 2023 presidential election in the early hours of Wednesday last week. The candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and his counterpart of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, have already approached the court to challenge the result of the election. And in the meantime, former President Olusegun Obasanjo on Sunday said it is not the intention of God for Nigeria to be a poor country, saying the situation of the country should be blamed on its political leadership. They said it was lamentable that Nigeria had not taken advantage of science and technology to attain self-sufficiency in food production. The former president stated this at a lecture organized to mark his 86th birthday in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Earlier in his lecture titled The Complex Dynamics in Achieving Food and Nutrition Security in Africa, a former Director General of the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, Nteranya Sangiga, lamented that African countries, despite being blessed with fertile land, still spend billions of dollars importing food. Sangiga said by spending about 11 billion naira annually to import food, Nigeria was improving other countries' internally generated revenue to its own detriment. The Catholic Archbishop of Abuja Diocese, Ignatius Kegema, on Sunday called on justices of the Supreme Court to do their work with the greatest sense of justice, as God is watching from above how they would dispense justice as litigants disappointed with the result of the general election head of the tribunal. He also warned political leaders against fighting dirty, rigging or manipulating elections if the desire is to genuinely serve the common good. Kegema stated this in his homily delivered at St. Augustine's Parish, Lugbe, on Sunday. Kegema urged the court to do their work with the greatest sense of justice, as God above is watching how the court, the hope of the common man, woman, will perform. He said the Supreme Judge of the ultimate tribunal is waiting for those who dispense justice with the sense of fairness, or do so with great personal bias, or get compromised because of some material reasons. And now the National Population Commission has recorded the low attendance of Nigerians during a trial exercise. The Federal Commissioner of the National Population Commission in Edo State, Tony Ayejina, disclosed this on Sunday at a one-day capacity building workshop for journalists on effective reporting of the 2023 population and housing census held in Benin City. The trial period serves as a preparation for the organization ahead of the national headcount scheduled for March 29th to April the 2nd. Ayejina disclosed the purpose of the seminar was to aid the level of publicity and public enlightenment on the coming exercise. He noted the use of technology will be employed in the exercise without compromise. Ayejina further disclosed that Nigerians need to be educated and enlightened on this new way adopted in the execution of the exercise. And while the Independent National Electoral Commission has given assurance that its result viewing portal that suffered glitches during the presidential and National Assembly elections is now up and running, he said the IREP portal will be deployed during the governorship and House of Assembly elections on Saturday. The Chief Press Secretary to the Inec Chairman, Rotimi Oyekomi, gave the indication on Sunday. Inec had received backlash from political parties, observers, individuals, and various interest groups for failing to upload polling unit results to the portal prior to the election. Coalition. Some political parties and individuals had relied on the glitch to demand the cancellation of the result. And now the Federal Road Safety Corps in Gombe State says it has recorded about 377 motorcycle accidents between January and December 2022. FRSC Sector Commander Felix Thurman said this in an interview at the Corps headquarters, Lafiawo community in Akko local government area of the state. He said statistics of the Corps showed that the recorded 377 road crashes involve underage riding of motorcycles and tricycles, particularly in the Gombe metropolis. According to Thurman, the underage riding of motorbikes is illegal, adding that they have taken measures to tackle that challenge. The sector commander said that personnel of the Corps had stepped up enforcement to tackle underage motorcycle riding and ensure safety on the road. And now 41 years after its commissioning in 1982, the Ibadan Cargo Airport has fueled an aircraft for the first time. This airport-making event and many more form the hallmark of a series of project inaugurations in the Asian city. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, who was special guest of honor at the event, urged citizens of the state to vote en masse for all candidates of the People's Democratic Party at the polls come March 11. Our correspondent has more details in this report.
It was conceived as one of the projects that will form the foundation for accelerated development, which we now call Omituntun 1.0. As has been mentioned, work on this road commenced in February 2022. We have completed the project in 1 year and just in time to move into Omituntun 2.0.
It's only those who have faith, who have nothing to offer, that cannot stand firm and be bold and take a decision and say that we must put things right. It doesn't matter who is involved. The governor has shown that he has the capacity, has shown he's a man you can depend on, has shown that he's a man that will not tolerate complete slavery. I'm happy he's one of those that have made history by making sure power shifts to the south.
When we started 20 years ago, we started outside the terminal building. But he provided us terminals, he provided us machines, he provided us the protocol lounge. He was particular, and in the last 4 years, access to the airport has been tremendously improved. And that translates to economic development for Oyo State, which was one of his goals.
Glory to God. We thank His Excellency and the Oyo State government for the opportunity to be part of GSM infrastructure evolution with the design and construction of this aviation terminal, built to the best international standards.
The dualization of this 3.275 kilometer road, as well as the 1.998 adjoining roads we are commissioning today, was contracted to Messrs. Construction Limited for a duration of 6 months.